Okay, so I put on a Kelly worm here. This is a spot that I haven't recorded yet, but I've fished here a lot in the past and caught lots of nice panfish. This is where I caught the biggest perch I ever caught in my life. This is where I caught one of the biggest crappie I ever caught in my life. And you can see over there, I'm parked right there on the side of the road. This is a US highway. See the 18-wheeler coming? And a lot of times I just fish right there from the side of the road, but it's this place is one of the closest places to where I live, so I like coming here. But it can be a little scary fishing and having those 18-wheelers whiz by, you know, 3 feet behind you. And so if I'm not ready to get out in the water in my little belly boat, then a lot of times I'll pass this place up just because, you know, it can get tense fishing on the side of the road. Okay, here's my first cast of the day with my Kelly worm. And usually, as I kind of work it past the lily pads, is when I get my bites. So I need to get in a better position, because Kelly worms aren't good to work through the lily pads because they have exposed hooks and they snag. So you got to work them around the lily pads. And you know, most of the soft plastics I use are weedless, so I can just chunk them right into the middle of the pads or right in the middle of the weeds and just work them on through, and it's no problem. But the Kelly worm doesn't work that way. So you got to be a little more careful with it, and you try and land near the weeds without, right there, that was a beautiful cast, without going actually into them, because I know it'll get snagged up pretty much every time. And if I don't get a bite here in the first few seconds, you know, first couple casts, then I will shut the video off and I'll turn it back on once I've actually hooked something. If I do get something, it'll probably be a nice panfish, and I'm kind of hoping I catch a nice panfish, especially a perch. I haven't caught a perch yet this season, and I haven't caught a crappie yet this season, but I prefer perch over crappie. Crappie fight better, but perch around here are more rare. They're harder to catch, so it'd be cool catching a perch. And lately, I don't know what it's been. What I think it is, it's because we're already in the hottest part of summer, which never happens this early. We've already had, I believe, I'll double check online, but I believe we've already had more 90+ degrees days than we usually get in the whole summer, and it's still early June. And this is the type of temperature we normally get around early July, which is when the bite usually dries up really hard. It's hard to get bites once it gets hot around here. So I think that's slowing the fishing down. Of course, it doesn't slow it down where I catch the trout and where I catch the bass, but almost everywhere else the fishing has gotten a lot harder. So we'll see. I think this is my third cast with no bites, so I'm going to cut the video off and then I'll turn it back on if I get anything.